be fine. He's looking at me like, Mom, where's you going? I'm leaving without you, bud. I can't help it. You can't go to work with me. His face is so low. Like, how dare you abandon me while you go work a 4-hour shift. Looks like you guys might fall over right there. I need to buy a new one of these fucking things because certain people kept throwing them in the back seat and now the sticky doesn't stick. This fucking thing. Looks like y'all guys are just gonna have to be like some. I don't know how the hell y'all's gonna stay, but yeah, we'll figure it out. Nope, you ain't gonna stay there. Okay. There you go. I'm bored. I just didn't feel like listening to music. I can't respond to any comments, but because I'm a responsible driver. The only thing I'll do is just go live and just talk. Normally I listen to music, but I am burnt out on all my music. Oh, the guy with the 2 huskies is out. They're so pretty. And for husky, like, he lets them pull, but like when they're done pulling, they slow right down. They're really well behaved dogs. I mainly see him having them pull when he goes up hills, but sometimes he'll be walking downhill and them dogs will just be trucking it. I'm leaving for work early because I don't feel like waiting. I also got to get there and see if my boss will give me a shorter cleaning board because certain people did not properly notify me or DJ, my partner, about birthday dinner. And so I got to see if I can get off early because I really like the person. It's just, she's the grandma. She deserves a nice birthday. This is why I like having my own vehicle though. And this is not my vehicle, unfortunately. Don't get on my ass. I will slow down more. It's the only thing, well, not the only, but one of my pet peeves. Don't ride my ass. I'm doing the speed limit, and it's not my fault that you left for work late, or that you left for church because it's Sunday late. If you gonna be late, that's your fault, not mine. I'm gonna be early. I'm gonna be on time. I'm not late for shit because I leave my house when I'm supposed to leave my house. And I know emergencies pop up and shit. But your emergency does not constitute an emergency for me. And so I'm not going to drive like a dickwad and speed because you want to get where you're going faster. It's a red truck. Red trucks and black vehicles and white vans get pulled over a lot more often for speeding because they're easily targetable, especially the red ones. Black vehicles normally get pulled over because, well, they're suspicious, and white vans normally get pulled over because, you know, stereotypical, it's a pedophile van. Pulled it over. My partner owns the red truck. I own a white van, so I would know. Although I've only been pulled over once in my van, and it was for a broken headlight. And I just got told to fix it. And I didn't even get a fix it ticket. I was just told, go home, buy the light bulb. I really do need to get work closer to home. I don't have to be at work until 9:30. I'm over here leaving like 20 minutes earlier than normal, just in case the roads are bad or traffic's bad or someone decides to be stupid. Jesus, you sound like shit. Leaving a little early though, because then I don't run into like the rush hour for people going to work or for people going to church. Because some churches, they get in at 9 they start at 9 a.m. Well, I don't have to be there until 9:30, but if I leave before 9 o'clock, I can beat most of that traffic. Getting stuck behind church people, because in my experience, church folks are slow when they drive. Most of them is your local grandma and grandpas, aunts and uncles going to church. I don't like being stuck behind grandmas, because I mean, some grandmas be driving fast and furious, but most do not. Most drive 20 below the speed limit. And I don't feel like being stuck behind someone doing 35, 40 in a 55 zone, which has happened to me. I don't like it. It's like you're going unnecessarily slow. There's no one in front of you. It's a 2-lane 20 on the speed limit. Which is why I believe once you, like, every 10 years, I think people should go to get retested on driving. Both your written and your driving exam. Like, because there's too many people, even people my age, that just cannot drive to save their life. But they drive dangerously in a whole different way. I'm talking cutting people off, lane jumping, speeding, bobbing and weaving through traffic unnecessarily. Like, you bobbed and weaved around me and a semi-truck and you're stuck at the same fucking red light. How the hell does that make sense? You went nowhere except a red light. On another note, I passed one of my GED tests for social studies, so that's one test down, 3 to go before I can graduate. And that's the other thing, when you're making a turn, like a left turn, why the fuck do y'all be getting in my lane? Like, I have to slow down early half the time because people, when they turn, they turn into the yellow line and like, my car's there. You're gonna clip somebody. And I've seen it happen where people don't turn wide enough and they clip somebody. Like, y'all. I always try to stop minimum a foot behind the line just in case. And I always turn around the yellow because that's what you're supposed to do. But people don't have no damn depth perception and don't know how to fucking turn a vehicle. And I'm not talking about semi-trucks, although sometimes they do that shit too. But I'm seeing a lot less of that now that they started looking into who's driving these damn semi-trucks. But I had to back up for a semi-truck the other day. Not his fault. Wasn't even my fault. It's just his truck was... The roads that we were on, his truck was too long for, but it was the only safe spot for him to turn his truck because there's designated roads that semi-trucks are allowed to take in Mercer. And they can't go on any of the other roads because they're even smaller. So basically, if you're longer than a school bus, you're not making that turn. Or you're not allowed to. But I had to back up a good 8 feet for him to make it. Like I said, I didn't mind. I knew he wasn't going to fit, so I put the truck in reverse. I'm like, okay. Lady behind me had to put herself in reverse because I had to keep going. But he waved and said thank you, and that's all I asked for. You know, just if I do something as a driver to be courteous and help another driver out, wave me on or flash your lights to say thank you. I guess the least you can fucking do. Having to schedule me for another test. I'm trying to do English next because I scored pretty high on English on the entry exam to see where, like the placement exam, to see where I was. If you would like to go around me, Mr. Jeep, you can go around me. Like, it's a passing zone. Do your thing. I don't give a fuck. Whoever you're trying to speed up on my butt cheeks. I'm not having that shit today. No, I'm not accelerating because he's on my butt. I'm accelerating because the hill is making my truck slow down, so. I'm doing 45. I really want to do my English because I know I'll pass my English. I over-exceeded on my social studies. Like, I needed a 145 to pass. I got a 164. So I nearly capped out the test by a point. So I would like to do my English next because I think my English is going to be similar. I'll either cap it or get close to the test. And then she said she wants to get me caught up on math next. The only reason my math score was so low in the placement test, though, is because when I was in middle and high school, the T300 or whatever calculators, we had them, but our math teacher was more focused on mental math or written math rather than using a calculator for certain numbers. And so I never learned how to use a calculator, and so on my placement test, I didn't know how to use the T300 so I could solve the math problems. So I was winging half those math problems. And now I understand everything because I know exactly how to do the math. But on the calculator, which is what we're going to be using on our actual, like, tests, is the calculator. Like, we're allowed to use the calculator and that's it. I don't even think they let you have pen and paper because the tests require you to be visible at all times, and if you move out of frame to lean over a paper, the proctor will yell at you, like, where did you go? Get back in frame. It hasn't happened to me, but I know there's a couple of students that are in the same class as me that have said that the proctor has yelled at them. You did not need to get over that much for that runner. You got to give 2 feet. He has a foot. You give a foot. You can be on, like, you can be next to the yellow, but you don't need to be over the fucking yellow in my lane to go around that runner. He had plenty of space. Gave that motherfucker like 4 or 5 feet. I get it, safety first. You know, you'd rather be safer than sorry. But in this case, you had another truck coming your way. Don't fucking do that. I shouldn't have to go off-road nearly in a ditch for you to go around somebody. You only give that much room if it's safe. This hill is the danger hill because your vehicle will free roll down this hill going over 60 if you're not careful. And there's deer on this road. So you really got to be careful because them shits will just pop out in front of your vehicle and don't hit the motherfucker doing like 65 and 55. I try to keep this damn thing under 60 when going down that hill because there's no keeping it at 50 unless I'm riding my brakes. And I know better because that's just not good for brakes. Like you could, but you're just gonna wear your brake pads down to the nubs a lot sooner than you would have just easing on down the hill and keeping it around 5 over. This area that I'm in right now is 55 miles an hour. A lot of twists and turns. A lot of the signs that you'll see on my route to work is 50 miles an hour around corners. Some spots will tell you there's a driveway 35, and I'm like, there's no way that you're gonna slow down to 55. Slow down to 35 on a 55 road where people frequently speed for a driveway. Like, it's just not possible. Especially around corners. People say, 35, 45 because there's a driveway, and then the driveway is literally like 100 feet in front of that sign, like 100 feet just past that sign. And so the sign doesn't mean anything because bigger vehicles are not slowing down to 35 that quickly when you've got 50 to 100 feet to stop or slow down. It's not happening, but I slow down for corners regardless, so. Yeah, there's another one of those damn deer signs. Now, that's the other thing. You'll get deer signs, and you'll get signs that tell you that there's a road that exits onto this one, but it won't give you a minimum speed for coming up on that. And it's right here. It's a stop sign, and then it just exits right onto this road. But you can see what's coming at you generally. So I think I've only had one person pull out in front of me, and I had to slow down for them at that spot, but I was going back home, so they couldn't, there's a hill there, a small one, so they couldn't really see me when they pulled out, which is fine, but like, that's like the one issue with twisting, winding hill country. Signs mean very little as like a rule of thumb. They're more so, hey, watch out type of precaution, but that precaution being in place doesn't necessarily mean you'll be safe. It's not a rule, it's a guideline. That's how I treat a lot of these signs, because you know, too many times I've seen where signs warn you about something, or warn other drivers about, like, let's say me, oncoming traffic, and they'll still just pull on out, they disregard the warning, and then I have to make up for it. So it's more of a guideline rather than a rule, because literally no one treats it as a rule. It's not, and you never get pulled over for it. I've never seen someone get pulled over for not following what a yellow sign tells them to do, like do 35, you're approaching a driveway. I've never seen someone get pulled over for that. So I don't understand, me personally, I don't understand the purpose of a lot of signs, because like you're telling people to do something or to be cautious of something, but that caution is not enforced in any meaningful way. And I never see a sign that says no red on red here, so I'm gonna need to get gas before I go home today, because I'm almost at a quarter of a tank, which is why I brought my cash today, because I did not deposit that shit at the bank, so I forgot. You don't care, I don't care about you, so how about you shut the fuck up? If you don't care, get off my stream. Literally, the title is Just a Redhead Talking. Why'd you get on stream then, stupid? I swear, people are dumb. And y'all people are what's wrong with the fucking world. You ain't got no respect for nobody, and you think shit's funny. Well, you know what? No one cares about you. That's why you pester people online. How about that? If you had family that gave two shits about you, or friends, you wouldn't be pestering people. And if you were still pestering people, you were probably doing it with your friends. And you know what? Y'all need to start getting punched in the teeth. Jesus Christ. And I bet you're someone that's well younger than I am. Like, I'm 26. I'm 20 fucking 6. I have kids. If my kids talk to someone like, pop them, and they would be great. And I might even go as far as to ain't got no sense nowadays. Nobody. Damn young people, fucking kids, being stupid online 24/7. Like, anyone really cares what a child has to say about a stream? If you don't like it, leave. You're dumb. You're an idiot. Go home. For fuck's sake. It's really empty this morning on the roads. I'm glad I left early. It's really nice. I don't got no one on my ass. I ain't got hardly nobody come towards me. The road is open. There's a lot of pretty houses on this route too. A lot of pretty houses, and then bam, Mercer County Jail. But I get it, it's in the country. If you escape the jail, you're not going very far, because it's all residential homes surrounding the jail, and more than half the people in these homes have guns, or dogs. So, I mean, if you escape the jail, good luck. Some old countryman is gonna shoot your ass, or you're gonna go into the wrong yard and a dog is gonna bite the shit out of you. And then you're just going right back to jail after the hospital, unless someone killed you. Like, I don't know. I agree with putting jails in BFE down in some backwoods country, especially when you put the jail in like a swamp. Because down in Florida, they love to put the jail in a spot surrounded by swampland. So if you do escape, great. But now you gotta deal with gators, coyotes, and depending on where you are in Florida, you're gonna deal with the mountain lions that like to live in the swamps. Because the Florida cougar is still alive and well. They thought they were extinct, but no, they still exist. They still roam the countryside. What I wouldn't give to be living out here, though. Soon. I'm going into the Air Force. I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna do my time in the Air Force, serving my country, and then I'm gonna buy a couple 100 acres of land, have me some damn horses, and I'm gonna live my fucking life. Probably open that dog kennel like I was planning to, have a rescue side, and then I'll have my breeding program for breeding top-notch military and police dogs and being a civilian supplier. I'm going to be going in as security, and then I'm going to wait for a ballot to open for K9 unit, and I'm going to go into that. When I get out, I'll have enough handling experience and training experience for these dogs that I can run my own program. And then the rescue program will be for dogs who were given up, don't have a home, and I'll test certain prospects from the rescue side, and if they pass the tests, then they'll also be put into training for police and military work. If they don't pass, they'll go on to a pet home. Although I'm also perfectly fine training service dogs, so if they don't pass for protection or sniff work, well, they can probably go on to be mobility support or a guide dog for the blind and physically impaired. If not, be trained for someone with PTSD that came out of the military. kids generational wealth, and I'll be the first of my family to actually break the cycle of poverty and suffering. And I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna touch on another subject. So this is just some copper ass redhead talking right now. People out there talk about white privilege. Well, I'm of the Caucasian coloring, and I didn't have any privilege. I never received any grants for school. I had to drop out to support my family, and we constantly struggled for income. Never really had anything easy or cheap. And for the longest time, I walked my happy ass to work. I didn't drive. I didn't get my license until I was like 21, 22. And I bought my car used outright with my own money that I worked 6 months to save up for. I kept working after that, but the point is, like, 6 months of that was nothing but $200 every paycheck going into my safe or my savings account. And I saved up $4,000 because I only had $400 in rent. That's all I could find. But because of that, I had the ability to save up more money, and I was getting paid minimum wage. It was basically half my income, so that I could afford a vehicle, so that I could afford my inspection, my registration, my insurance. But I hate it when people say, oh, well, you're white, you have privilege. No, I didn't grow up privileged at all. I wish I had more money. I wish I had, this nice freaking car, brand new off the lot. No, my shit was all hand-me-downs. My shit was cornbread and fucking government cheese. I didn't grow up with nothing. And then, as an adult, I was surviving on $20 to $50 in food. Like, I didn't have money for food. I sometimes could afford $100 in food, but generally, I had no money for food. Like, it was just me surviving and trying to provide for myself and my kids. Luckily, I had a semi-good support system. Oh shit, there's no fucking parking. Okay, I'm not turning it down here then. I'll turn it down here. There's parking right there. Parking fucking BFE. Can you quit yapping? Yeah, fuck you. But you know what? Thanks for the comments, because you were rated as a top fan. And so you just gave me a shit ton of traffic. Thanks for that. It's 8:37. I can probably sit here and talk more. Like, this whole thing on white privilege, I hate it because you're grouping everyone into one category. Meanwhile, most people don't have the luxuries of what you claim to be white privilege. I worked hard. My family worked hard. We were in poverty. Like, at one point, I was classed as, and this is from the food stamps office, being below the poverty line, which means I made under $20,000 a year. One year, I made $14,000. That's it. So I don't know. I hate when people try to be like, oh, well, you have white privilege. Like, no, bitch, I didn't. I'm still making up for that shit. Shoot, I'm trying to go into the Air Force to make my life better. So I can serve my country, make a little bit more money, and get out with retirement. Because I sure ain't gonna get it here. I'm just now going back to school. Get my GED. And I make enough money to not pay for it. Because I fall into that income group. But I ain't got no grants. I'm not even going to college until I get into the Air Force. Because the Air Force pays for your first, like, thing of college. So, I don't know. It looks like I'm just going to be sitting here doing fuck all until, like, 9 o'clock. That van's tires is low. Alright then. Ray, you have 1 subscriber, and you just interacted with my page to simply tell me to quit talking. So you know what? Report. There you go. Report. And let's try one more. Okay. There. And put user in timeout for 24 hours. So you can't comment anymore. There you go. Because I ain't gonna tolerate that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy another one of my phone mounts. Because it's lost its stick. Like, it's got some left, but not enough for it to stay on the dash where it's supposed to be. So, unfortunately, I don't think it'll work anymore. It might. phone don't really work in it though. I gotta take my phone out of the case just for it to work. I need to clean the truck again. What's my battery life at? 74? Yeah, I'm fine. Wow, they put seconds instead of hours. So I put that one account on timeout, and it says that I put them on timeout for 86,000 seconds, which is just 24 hours. I might go in a little early. My hair's all fucked up at the top. Gotta fix that. I'm trying to figure out where the hell my fucking hair tie went. Because I have this one, but this one's fucking tight. Like it's ripping out fucking hairs. I don't have my brush. Wait a second. Partner's truck brush will work just fine. So that way my hair's not all fucked up at work. There we go. That's better. I still don't like this hair tie. It's really tight on my head. And my hair is also very easily knotted, which is not fun at all. So I'm constantly brushing it out. My DNA test said my hair is thin, which, great, it's thin, but fucking textured as hell. Like, look at this. It's not even dry. Like, it's really moist. It's just fluffy. Like, really fluffy. Oh, should I sit here and have my Pepsi now, or should I go in and make hot chocolate coffee? I have no clue what I want to do. I'm here like 45 minutes early because I didn't feel like dealing with traffic. And as a result, I don't know what to do. I could go sit in the office and pester everybody. Like, hey, what's up? Oh, I have my sunglasses in here. I guess I do not. Nope. But I don't really have any content to talk about. I had that whole spiel earlier, and while driving, I mostly just talk about what I see when I'm driving. But and you left. It's alright. I'm getting traffic. That's what matters. On my pet channel, I'll talk about dogs while I'm driving, or horses, or cats, because I actually have a topic for that channel. But for this channel, this is just me. It's like my diary, basically, my digital one that I'm willing to share with the world. But aside from that, like, I ain't really got much to talk about. This channel never really had a purpose. I mean, it was a gaming channel at one point that I shared with my friend, but we don't do that shit no more. I think I made this channel back when I was in high school. So, and that's saying something, because 16, and now that's been 10 years. I'm 26 now. This is the oldest channel I have. The next oldest is my actual gaming channel. Then the youngest one is my pet care channel. But Yeah, I'm gonna go in now and talk to my boss and see if she can give me a smaller board today.